Let's do this. So, what's up, guys? I see we got Alex on here, Arnold, Eric, Jake, Josh, Josh from Canada, Mason, Myra, Nadia, Nehemiah, Paul, Rachel, Sally, Tony. I think another couple of people are jumping on here. All right, cool, guys. Just wanted to shout everybody out. I appreciate you guys. Rachel's on here. Just wanted to shout everybody out for being on Sunday. I know some of you guys, it's like 8, 9 p.m. Some of you guys are in Europe. Some of you guys are on the West Coast, the East Coast. I just want to say I do appreciate you guys for jumping on, and I want to give you as much value, as much perspective and clarity on this call. Because for me personally, my journey, for those that don't really know, I've been a part of I Am Academy now for the last little over 4 years. And it kind of seems a little surreal, when you can be committed and be a part of something for that long. For me right now, over 4 years, 48 plus months, it doesn't seem like it's been such a long time. It actually feels like I'm just getting started in a really weird way. But when you're a part of something and you're committed and you're staying consistent and you're growing as a person, not just, we're all trading, and that's its own personal growth in its own. But when you're really growing as an individual, you're able to really see and look back of like, wow, where I was 4 years ago, college grad, $100,000 student loan debt, to now, being in a position where I'm on my way to financial freedom, having an actual savings account, having an investment portfolio that's compounding. And not only that, but I actually know what's going on. And that's something that I only hope that you guys can get to a point to with your lives. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not like satisfied where I'm at. Like, I'm super grateful, but I know we have bigger things, to keep going, more people to impact, more people to inspire to act on their potential. So this call today, guys, is really just about you. It's about being able to learn and understand what you really have in front of you. A lot of us really, we understand Bitcoin's going crazy. It just hit 58,000 this morning. A lot of different things are going on in the markets. But I really want you guys to understand, like, we are living in unprecedented times right now. Like, this is literally the digital gold rush. And we have the ability and the opportunity to be a part of that. Now, whether you're actually trading or investing into the crypto markets, which I encourage all of you guys to do so, because we have the opportunity and the education, the mentorship, the accessibility. But I also encourage you guys to really understand why you're here, because the money's great. Trust me, the money is nice, but it's got to be deeper than that. Because what happens when you don't make the money, or you go a week or two or a month or two and you're not meeting your expectations. You're not meeting your image of what success looks like, because success takes time for everyone. And I know when I first got started, I mean, firsthand, I can tell you guys, I got started because of the money. I was in $100,000 student loan debt. I was making barely $1,300 a month, part time, trying to sell insurance. I wasn't even, in my field of study biology. I did all these lab work and internships, and lo and behold, I got out of college and I didn't have the skills or the experience that the people that I was trying to get hired by wanted. And it was really discouraging and really frustrating. And I'm not trying to make excuses or blame. It just is what it is. So I had to find a way, and this was my way, but I had to make it deeper than money. Because once you have the money, then what? Like, why are you making the money, in the first place? And I sent this quote out to a couple people. I want to kind of kick it off with this because I want to share like where we're going. Where are you going? And then I'm going to read this other quote off to you guys. But I shared with a couple of you, whether you believe in God, or you believe in the universe, or energy, or whatever it may be, whatever you guys believe in. Okay, there is a creator, and whatever that is, whatever that means for you guys. Okay, take it into terms of that. But I know I sent out a quote to a few of you the other week, and it was about like money, and basically saying, God, the universe, whatever you guys believe in, is going to, take care of you. He's going to give you just enough, right? To make sure that you're supported. But when it comes to abundance, that's a whole different level. That's a whole different game. And I truly believe that we are all meant for something greater. We are all meant for abundance. It's just, what do you believe? What's your perspective? Are you feeding yourself a fear based story about yourself? about who you can become, because maybe that's why you're trapped in your current circumstances, or maybe that's why you can't break a new, income level, or, spiritual level, or whatever it is in your life that you guys are trying to move forward with. But I thought about that and I was like, man, like I'm given just enough to make sure Abby's good. But really what I've seen, and I'm only 26 years old, I'll be 27 in April. I'm nobody special. I'm just somebody that's just decided to make a decision and stay committed with it. Um, I understand, and I'm starting to realize that there is so much more to this life, to this world, than just making money for me. And a lot of times we become, super encroached with our own problems because we're thinking too small. So I wanted to kick it off with this mentality, with this perspective, because guys, I know what it feels like to be on your last dollar. I know what it feels like to live paycheck to paycheck and not know if you're going to be able to pay for next month's rent or whatever, right? We've all been there. Maybe some of us are experiencing that right now. But I'm going to tell you guys right in this instant, if you keep moving forward with the reason why you're doing this is just to make money, is just to try to pay for next month's rent, or next week's rent, or next paycheck, or whatever it is. If that's all you're here for, guys, like, have you ever heard the saying of, the saddest thing in the world, or I think it was like, the brokest person in the world is the person that only has money. I'm trying to get you guys to think bigger, because I have conversations every single week with people about their journeys inside of this academy, inside of learning this skill set. And money can only take you so far. Okay. It's only going to amplify who you already are. Okay. And with that money that you guys are trying to make inside of the academy through this skill set, what are you going to do with it? Like, once you have the money, then what? Are you thinking about those things, right? Do you have a plan of action? Because if it's just to fulfill your needs, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, like, that's not how the universe works. Okay. You got to get really deep with the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. Because I promise you, and this is my next question, or this is my next statement, is not everyone, like, take a look at the names on this call. Not everyone will be here in 6 to 12 months. Although that may be true, okay? Although that may be true, it is what it is. But I want to empower you with a different perspective, okay? And I want you guys to ask yourself, instead of, man, am I going to be here in 6 to 12 months? Ask yourself a more empowering question. Why wouldn't I be here in 12 months? Why wouldn't I be here December 2021, February 2022? If you know the power of the education, if you know the power of community and financial literacy and getting money to work for you, multiplying money, the digital gold rush that we're in, why wouldn't you be here? Why wouldn't I be here in 12 months? If we know the power of what's in front of us. Guys, majority of the time, okay, we are our own problem. Like, the reasons why we don't see the results that we want to see in trading, or honestly in anything in life, like, I'm also like, I'm very invested inside of this academy and like the mission of what we're doing, because I truly believe it has the ability to save people. Like, it saved me from like so much anxiety and stress about money, so much monetary pressure that I had. I know what this can do. And I know that in the next 12 months, I know where I'm going to be. Do you know where you're going to be based on the habits and the behaviors and the mindset and the attitude and the perspective that you have about yourself, about the world around you? Like, we are our own problem. The reason why majority of the time we are not winning in our trades, we are not winning in business, it's because of us. It's our perspective. It's our beliefs around money, around trading, around risk. We all have our own beliefs. So I know this isn't a typical, like, all right, guys, I'm going to show you, charts, and I'm going to get inside the academy, and I'm going to get there. Trust me. But this is like, we can't fix a problem if we don't go to the root of the problem. Everyone likes to just slap a band-aid and, say, all right, you'll be good. And that's fine. Like, no, you've got to get into the root of it. We all know that. So I really wanted to kick off this call with asking you guys these questions about, like, where are you going? Why are you really here? Do you have a vision for yourself in the next 6 to 12 months based on your efforts right now, based on your commitment right now? based on your consistency. And recognizing, I think this was like one of the hardest truths for me, was recognizing and accepting the fact that I was my own problem, and I will always be my own problem. And that's such a hard truth because it's so easy, guys. It is so easy to blame. It is so easy to point the finger. It is. And that's why people quit. That's why people never see the success that they want to see in whatever they're doing, not even trading, because it's much easier to point the finger. It's much easier to feel like, something else is causing you to have the problems that you're having instead of, taking personal responsibility. Okay? I'm not trying to, like, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying, like, these are thoughts that I would have. So I want to read this to you because one of my best friends that lives in Australia, she's like a 5-year trader. She's been inside the academy longer than me, and she is absolutely crushing it right now with trading and is helping a lot of people do the exact same thing. And she made a post the other day, and I want to read this to you because I get questions a lot, and I struggle with this too, about motivation. A lot of people will ask me, maybe this applies to you, maybe it doesn't, but a lot of people ask me, how do you stay so motivated? How do you stay, so consistent? How do you keep showing up every single day, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to get to that. But what she said was so powerful. And you guys may have saw it on my story, but she wrote, "You don't lack motivation." Guys, write this down. You don't lack motivation. You lack vision. You lack vision for your future and what you truly want. That's why I started off with that question. Where are you going? Okay. If you don't know where you're going, this is what she said. If you don't know where you're going to be in 12 months, in 2 years, in 5 years time, then you're already there. The exact place in life that you're at today. And you deserve more. This statement is so powerful because everyone thinks that it's about being motivated to do something. When I get up personally at 4 a.m. on the weekdays, I'm not motivated to get up at 4 a.m. I don't like getting up at 4 a.m. Okay, I'm just going to make that clear. I do it because I know where I'm going. I do it because I'm excited about future Abby, about, Abby in 12 months, where she's going to be at. $250,000 in my trading account. Like, I already know, like, these goals. Over multiple 6 figures in my crypto portfolio. I know where I'm going. Okay. Chairman 10 inside the business. We know where we're going. I'm committed to the vision and I'm bought into the vision. Sometimes, and I said this on our leadership call yesterday, most of the time people don't do the work. We only do things that we believe in. We only do things that we believe in. Let me ask you this. If you don't believe that you can become a successful, profitable trader, why would you ever put in the work? Why would you ever show up every single week to the Go Live sessions, to practice demo trading? Why would you do that if you don't believe that you can actually do it? Okay. So that's number one. Okay. You have to understand where you're going. And the second part of that is vision and motivation, right? She talks about, most of us think that motivation is what is going to get us to where we want to go. Guys, that has nothing to do with it. You got to know exactly where you're going to be 12 months from now. And I'm not attached to my goal. I'm just connected to it, right? I'm just connected to it. If I don't hit my goal, it's not the end of the world. But the fact of the matter is, I'm going to have grown so much in that process, and I'm going to become who I was meant to become. But so many of us are so focused on, like, what we do today and seeing results tomorrow. That's not how it works. And I know, like, a lot of us are thinking, man, I don't think like that. Like, I know that this is going to take time, but your actions don't reflect it. If you tell me one thing, then I look at your actions, they're completely different. You tell me your values, but then show me your actions, they're not aligned, they're not congruent. We have to make sure, like, that's the number one reason why people are unhappy. It's because they say one thing and they do the other. They're not congruent with themselves. And I said this on the call yesterday, and this is powerful, is like, what does your commitment level look like? I wrote this on my thing yesterday and I don't want to mess it up. What does your commitment level look like? What are you committed to? I said, successful people make decisions based on their commitments. Amateurs make decisions based on how they feel. How many of you guys, you guys can type it in the chat. How many of you guys have a trading plan? If you type a 1 in the chat, I know you have a trading plan. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I asked, do you have a trading plan? Okay. Most of us have a plan or have some idea of a plan. But the reason why we fail is because we get in our own way and we don't follow our plan. And that's why I said that quote. Successful people make decisions based on their commitments. Amateurs make decisions based on how they feel. You're in your trade. I do this. I've done this. Swipecoin calls out a trade, XRP. I actually did this the other day and I was kicking myself because I was like, I'm just being transparent with y'all. Okay. I got to get better. But listen, Swipecoin called a trade the other day and it was for Ripple, XRP. And I didn't get the notification. I'm usually really good about the notifications. Like as soon as they send them, I'm in. But I didn't see the trade till an hour later. And I was like, trades at entry. Again, I'm going to get in. But he had already called that the trade was 50 pips in profit, move stop loss to stop profit. So it's a risk-free trade. You guys with me? I decided to not listen to that. And I went into the trade. And it was like, for everybody else, it was already a risk-free trade. For Abby, it was not, because it didn't go up 50 pips. It dropped. And I had a losing trade. And that wasn't Swipecoin. You know how many people would say, oh, Swipecoin sucks. They made me lose a trade. No, that was Abby. That was me. Self-accountability. Can you take personal responsibility for you being in your own way? For you having an ego? For you being too greedy? That's what I was, right? So guys, like, yeah, Tony, same thing. Like, we can't do that. So we have to recognize do we have a plan? That's first. Do we have a plan? Okay. Number 2, are we committed to our plan? Like, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the number one reason, there's obviously a lot of reasons, but the number one reason why people do not succeed, okay, like root, baseline, foundational, is because they make decisions based on how they feel in that moment. They don't stick to their plan. If I say, guys, most of you guys know I'm doing the 75 hard. If you know what the 75 hard entails, 2 workouts a day, read 10 pages, gallon of water, all these things, right? Not a lot, but it's like 5, 6 critical tasks. And I can't, like, those are non-negotiables. I do those every day without fail. I can't, like, successful people make decisions based on their commitments, not how I feel. Friday, I said this on the call yesterday. Sorry, guys, I'm repeating myself a little bit. But I told everyone, I was like, Friday, I woke up with a splitting headache. So I didn't wake up at my usual time. I woke up at like 8 a.m. And my day was pushed because of it. And it was like 9 p.m. Friday night, and I still hadn't done my reading. Amateurs make decisions based on how they feel. Easily could have said, I'm too tired. I can just wipe this off. Nobody's going to know, right? I'm not staying congruent with Abby. And the universe, whoever y'all believe in, God, they're watching you, okay? And it's based on your energy, your frequency. You're not congruent with who you say you are. Everything comes back around, full circle. You're rushing the process. I can't remember what the quote is, but it was like, the universe is always just like, it is what it is. You're the only one that's in a rush. You're the only one that's like anxious about like where you're trying to go. What you want, where you're going is already there. What you want is already yours. If you've seen it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. It's already yours. You're the only one that's rushing to get there. God's going to take care of you. The universe is going to take care of you. It's all good. You have to follow your process. You have to stay in your process long enough, because I always kind of like have read this and like kind of talk about this, but it's important to have a goal with a goal date. Because if you don't have a goal date, it's just a wish. It's just a dream. So where are you going to be in 6 months? Put the number out there. Put the date out there. whatever that looks like. If you hit the goal, great. If you don't hit the goal, who cares? Look at your growth over the last 6 months. What does that look like? That's why I'm always documenting my journey on social, because how inspiring it is to look back. There you go. How inspiring it is to look back and see my personal growth. You guys too, right? Find different ways to see your growth, because sometimes in the middle like of your process, you can feel like, you're down. Things will happen. Like, we'll have this call. This is so crazy. I thought about this the other day. We can have calls like these, right? And everybody's like, here, we set the standard, we set the bar, like this is the mindset, this is where we should be, like commitment level, all this stuff, right? And then boom, something happens this afternoon, right? We go down. Our belief goes a little down. Our self-esteem goes a little bit down. And that's why it's so important that we stay around the campfire, because we know that it's not just us. It's other people that are all along the same journey. Because sometimes I know when I'm by myself and I'm trying to do this by myself, I can feel like I'm the only one having these same problems. I'm the only one that's over leveraging. I'm the only one that's losing all these trades. But when we stay around the campfire, we don't do these calls. I did one last month in January, and I did one, we're doing one today, because I think it's important. Like, most of you guys I'm working with pretty closely. And I think it's important that we have something like this on a monthly basis, but we have team calls with the whole team every week. You guys know that, right? Sunday nights, Mikey Sotero, he's throwing down. He actually goes over chart analysis and gives us like different examples, gets us ready for the week. And I know a lot of us on here are, our only focus is trading. And I promote you guys to continue doing that. But if you guys want to like build your leadership, Wednesdays are a great opportunity for you guys to plug in and build you. Because trading, it's just this. Bob Proctor, if you guys know who Bob Proctor is, he's actually inside of the academy. He says that success is 5% strategy and 95% mindset. I'm always looking for ways to build this, because I know it's going to reflect when it comes to trading, when it comes to me actually, on the charts. So I'm always finding ways. I'm just giving you guys places where you can continue to grow and develop yourself. So stay around the campfire as much as possible. That's why I'm still here. There's no way I would have quit after 6-12 months for sure if I like stopped talking to the guy who brought me on, my mentor. If I stopped communicating, if I got in my head too much. You guys ever heard the quote? And then I'll move on and kind of go into questions that you guys had sent me. But you guys ever heard the quote? Sometimes, we can be in a situation where life is just beating us down so much, and we feel like we're, in this hole. Like we like dug ourselves a hole. It's kind of a really cliche, corny quote, but it's true. Flipping the script, sometimes we just need a different perspective. We haven't dug ourselves a hole. We've been planted. And what happens, right? What happens when we're planted? We need to grow. We need to give ourselves the right resources, the right nutrients. That's all it is sometimes. So plug back into the campfire. Like, I've got logs to throw on your fire. Somebody else on this call, Arnold, Eric, Rachel, Tony, Alex, like, we got logs to throw in your campfire. Y'all, sometimes we just need other people to fuel our fire. We just need a different perspective. Sometimes, like in life, it's the inches. It's literally like the smallest little thing that we just need to shift. And it's like, damn, I didn't think of that. So, all right, let me move on. Are you guys good? Like, I'm not just talking on a tangent. We're actually getting some value, because I want to make sure that the mindset is most important. Everybody wants the strategy. Everybody wants to know, all right, Abby, when's the trade? What are we getting in? Guys, that's such a poor mindset. Like, that's such an amateur mindset. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Everybody that I see on Go Live that's like, did you call the trade? Are we in the trade? Did we get in the trade? I'm like, dude, you got some work to do on you. It's not about that. I am so patient. Like, I've looked at myself from 4 years ago. I'm so patient now when it comes to taking my own trades. If it does not match up to my rules, I am not getting in that trade, because I know all it takes is one trade and I'm good for the week. Sometimes if it's a really good trade, I'm good for like the next few weeks. But you get to that point not by rushing the process, not by over leveraging, but by focusing on your personal growth. I tell this to our leaders all the time. Some of us that are building the business, I said, look, where you guys want to go is like, you can focus on the ranks all you want. You can focus on, how many people you get started, but what's really going to get you there are the habits. What's really going to get you there are your behaviors, who you are being. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you are not, and I know this may sound weird, but it's true. And you guys can read about this. You are not your results in life. I don't care outside of trading or whatever. You are not your results. So most people, Bob Proctor said this, most people open up their bank account and they look at the number that's in their bank account and they're like, I'm broke. Y'all are not your bank account. You are not the money that you see. You're not your results. I know, weird, but you're not. You are your habits. You are your behaviors. You are your mindset. You are your attitude. Okay. You are your perspective, your beliefs. So stop trying to change what you're getting in life. What you get based on the habits that you reap. So where do we need to go? Back down to the roots. And I'm sharing all this with you guys because we can go through the academy. I can show you all these things, but it's going to go in one ear and out the other. We still haven't fixed the problem. We still haven't fixed the root. You're going to wake up tomorrow morning and you have an alarm set for 5 a.m. and you're going to snooze it 3 times. And then you're going to wake up and you're going to be late. You're going to be frustrated. Now your day's already started off on a bad start because of you. You haven't fixed you. I've been there so many times. I cannot even tell you how many times I would go. I think it was like 2019. I was in such a slump. Like I was like really depressed. Just being transparent. Okay, y'all. I was really, really like down on myself because I was not where I wanted to be. And yeah, I can't even tell you how many times it'd be weeks. Weeks would go by and I wouldn't tune into the Go Live sessions. That was me. I was chasing something that I couldn't get until I fixed my habits. I fixed my mindset. I fixed the story that I kept telling myself about myself. Let me read this to you. I know I got a lot of quotes. I wrote this and it was like, oh yeah, I put this on my story yesterday and I think I probably deleted it. I was basically talking about the fear-based story. What's the fear-based story? Yeah. What fear-based story do you keep telling yourself about yourself? We need to shift our story to reflect a more positive and empowering image about you and who you're becoming. Most of us have some sort of limiting beliefs that's holding us back. If you're open to it, I know there's a lot of people on here, but if you're open to it, type in the chat, what do you feel like has been holding you back? What are the limiting beliefs? Could be one thing, 2 things, whatever. What are the limiting beliefs or the stories, the narrative, the self-talk that you keep telling yourself about yourself? Because that image is subconscious. Our subconscious mind is always on and it's always listening. Whatever you tell yourself, the little murmurs, the little chit chats that you have with yourself, okay? Every little thing your subconscious mind is listening to. And it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imaginary. Guys, all of this is intertwined to you having success in trading, okay? And we have to start at the root. Those limiting beliefs, they're hurting you. Like, guys, I'm going to just say this too. Write this down. I've talked to a couple people on the team about this. They can tell you if they've already started reading it, the book, The Universe Has Your Back. The Universe Has Your Back. I have it on Audible. Some of you guys have bought the book itself. It's like $10 on Amazon. Okay. Or the Audible. I don't know. It's maybe like a $5-10 credit, whatever. I like listening to it because she talks to you, like she narrates the story. And it's literally about all of this, basically saying like the universe has your back. The universe is always conspiring to work with you for your higher good. You have the ability to make a decision on command right now to choose to operate. I know it sounds weird, but let me just say it, to operate out of fear or operate out of love. You get to choose at any given time. But the reason why we don't is because 1, we're probably not aware, but 2, we keep buying into those same limiting belief stories about ourselves. And that's really what's holding us back on the charts. That's really what's holding us back, not just in trading, but in life in general. Why we haven't broken through that next level. Mike Miles, FRX trader for the Academy, he actually was the first educator for IM Academy like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was like 5 years ago. And he said, life is all about breaking new levels of awareness. It's pretty cool if you think about it that way. And Bob Proctor talks about it all the time. He said, in all you're getting, get understanding. What are you aware of? Because if you're aware of it, then you know not to do it, right? I think I was telling Paul this the other day. Maybe I said like a little story about, little kids have to learn not to, touch the hot stove. Touch the hot stove once, like probably not going to touch it again. For some reason, we need to keep reliving the same mistakes over and over again in trading. We need to keep over leveraging, thinking that our account's going to actually grow. No, you're gonna over leverage and you're gonna win 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, and then that next trade is gonna just wipe your entire account out. You have to learn to not touch the hot stove. Okay, stop touching the hot stove like it's hot. It's like the outcome. Anyways, okay. All right, let me move into this because I did have a couple questions from you guys. Let me actually read this. I didn't have this up. Notes on notes. Another thought. My ego is holding me back. Saying we're not good enough. Self-doubt. Over leverage. Afraid to wait. Don't want to miss out. Yeah, I feel that too. One thing about trading, and the more that you personally develop yourselves, guys, when I'm losing in trading, when I'm on like a losing streak, one, I need to take a step back, but I actually stop trading. And for that week, whatever, depending how crazy it is, and I am only set up to watch like go lives for that week, just the mindset ones. Like if you guys have, I know like I know a lot of you guys are on DCX, and DCX lineup is like insane, dream team lineup, like incredible. Jason Brown, I'm gonna share my screen in a second. Actually, I won't go through that yet, but I'll show you guys who I personally recommend, and we'll get into questions. But yeah, I'm reading your question, bro. I over leverage because I'm afraid to wait. I don't want to miss out. In reality, I'm missing out on the long-term vision. Yeah, vision, depth of vision. Okay. That's really like where we need to be at, is like, where are we going? Because if we know where we're going, if we're so clear and so certain about, I'm gonna have my 6-figure trading account, I'm gonna have XYZ, then we just need to focus on the habits and the mindset. And yeah, it's so much easier said than done. So much easier. But that's why this is about the process. We have our goal, we set our date, but we focus on the growth within that process, because if we know how the process works, then we know that I just need to focus on the right habits and behaviors. Yes. Love that, bro. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, Arnold just put a great link in the chat if you guys want to take that. Save it in your notes. So, okay, I know a couple of you guys had messaged me about like routine and consistency. Do you guys want to post in the chat, put like a 2, drop a 2 if you have a daily routine? I didn't say a daily routine that you follow. Do you just have a daily routine? Okay. Okay, cool. So we got some daily routines. Now, obviously, we know the trick is we can have a plan, but as we've seen, not all the time do we actually follow our plan. So we can have a daily routine, but do we actually follow our daily routine? Okay. And something that I actually learned from doing the 75 hard, Andy Frisella, which honestly, guys, Andy Frisella is probably like outside of IM Academy personal development. He is like the podcast that I listen to, and the book that I'm reading right now on Audible, Universe Has Your Back. Incredible. He actually does a really good job about outlining like a daily routine. And you guys have probably all heard people like entrepreneurs. It's just such a big thing for people to say this right now, but it's not even valid. It's not even true. And I was kind of thinking about this the other day. We have certain critical tasks, or we should, professionals, right? You want to be a professional trader. You want to be a professional in what you do. You don't want to be amateur, because then you're just going to get amateur results, right? We want to actually have, solid results. So with that, we have to have certain tasks that we do every single day to make sure that we are moving the ball forward. And so he talks about certain critical tasks that he does every single day. And so I have, like, right now, I know you guys, repetition, it's okay. I showed this to them yesterday, but I have a book that I write down, and I have it written right here: Win the Day. Okay. Because everyone's so focused on trying to make money, and all these other things. They're focused on the big picture, and yes, the big picture is important. You have to know where you're going. We talked about that. But if you can't get good at winning the day, how are you going to win the week? How are you going to win the month? How are you going to win the year and the in years after that, compound it? So we have to get good fundamentally at winning the day. And so he said, so many of us preach, like these big entrepreneurs are like, if you're not grinding 15, 16-hour days, if you're not staying up late, guys, I hate staying up late. I'm in bed. If you guys know me, like if I text you after 9:30, I must love you. I'm just kidding. But I'm usually in bed like after, like before, like by 9:30, by 9:30, because I get up at like 4. Okay. I don't stay up super late. But if that's you, then that's you. Like he like basically saying everybody, like the gym analogy, right? Everybody goes to the gym with different goals. Everybody on this call has different goals around trading. Some of you guys, like your goals are like, multiple 6, 7 figure trader. Like that's your goal, right? 6, 7 figures in the trading account. Some of you guys just want to make an extra couple $100 a week, couple $1,000 a month. Everybody's goals different. Some people want to, get lean and cut in the gym. Some people want to bulk up. Some people just, you need to lose weight. You want to do more cardio. That's, I love the gym analogy because it makes the playing field like not equal, but it's just like everybody's different. And there's no like judging and like weird feelings around, oh, like this guy made this much money and this person made, who cares? Everybody has different account sizes. Everybody's starting somewhere different, right? And so going back to your daily schedule, your daily routine, it doesn't matter how many hours you put in every single day. Gary Vee talks about this all the time. It's what you do in the hours that you do have. A lot of us on this call are working jobs. Totally fine. Like the fact that you actually are learning this skill set while you're working a job is incredible. Most people just think that they're going to work their job and like that's it. That's so sad. I mean, unless you love working your job, but we know in this day and age, multiple sources of income is not only important, it's a necessity. You have to have multiple sources. So like you have to work within what you've got, okay, with where you're at. So if you have a job, okay, and you only have, let's say, a certain amount of time every single day, 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day. Honestly, guys, most of us work from home. So you maybe work an 8, 9 hour day schedule, right? Maybe some of us have to commute. I don't know, but you can listen to audibles in the car. You can listen to the go lives in the car. We got to be solutions oriented. We can't make excuses. Excuses get us nowhere. I know, super cliche, Abby, but it's true. So you have to work with what you've got. Think about your daily routine. What can you get done in the morning? Think about your critical task. I know my critical task. Like I'll tell you guys right now, my day looks like this. Okay. This is what I do. Weekends are a little different, but like on the weekday, I'm like, because the markets are open, I'm like on it. I have first thing I do in the morning is I get on Go Live at 4 a.m. Tyrone, DeLorean, Hyperdrive. We're in there like swimwear. And I take one trade and we're done. That's it. We're good. I'm good. I'm done. I make my like 5-6% in that one trade and we are done. Okay. That's it. I don't need to take a lot of trades. I don't need to over leverage. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've got my plan. Boom. That's what I do first. Go live, 4 a.m. And then I go to the gym. I drive 5 minutes to my gym. It's great. Or you can work out at your place. Alex does. Okay. I do my workout and then I read 10 pages. I come home, read my 10 pages. Takes me about 30 minutes. And then I'm building the business. So I start new conversations. If you guys have ever heard of Ryan Serhant, I love this guy. You can look him up on YouTube. He's like a real estate mogul in New York City. And I love the fact that he said this on his most recent interview. He basically was saying, I know some of you guys don't build a business, but this is important to have this mentality. He was like, I like cold message billionaires every single day. And I thought about that for myself. And I was like, yo, if this guy who's doing billions of dollars worth of real estate every year is in the trenches in phase one, talking to people every single day, then I need to too. So I just liked his mentality of like, I'm always like, I'm not afraid to do the little things. That's the message for you guys is I'm not afraid to do the little things, because if you're afraid to do the little things, okay, if you're too good to do the little things, eventually you're going to get too big for the little things, or you're going to get too little for the big things. That's what it was. So I do that. And then I've got my outdoor workout, two workouts, hour and a half right before, let's go. And then I do my follow-ups. and breakfast and shower and all that good stuff. So like that takes me like 4.5 hours. I can finish my critical task in like 4.5 hours. For you guys that are just trading, you could probably do what you need to do in like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. That's it. And you can do that like in the morning or at night. I don't know if you're a morning person or a night person. I don't know, but you have to write it out. Okay. Critical task. Don't let your day just slip by. And I said this the other day to you guys, some of you guys as leaders, I basically was telling you how, like, if you could write down on average how much time we waste every single day, maybe because we're scrolling on social media, maybe because we're doing stuff that we probably don't need to do at that time, or it's not important, it's not a priority. How many minutes add up that we just like wasted because we were distracted every day? And I was listening to on an Audible, on a podcast, basically the guy was saying that every day on average we waste about 30 to 45 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes. And if you add that up over a 30-day time span, I think I told you guys yesterday it was about 10 hours. It's actually closer to like 15 hours in a month. Don't quote me. It's somewhere around along the lines, but it's about 15 hours a month. And over the course of an entire year, it comes out to be about 12 to 14 days in a year. And some of you guys, we're thinking about this nonchalant time that we're just wasting, that probably you could be getting in an extra 30 minutes on Go Live. You could just turn it on your phone, just listen in, just get their way of thinking. Okay. You could probably, read a book. You could probably, do an extra 30 minutes or 20 minutes of chart analysis, like just practicing on your demo, take a couple other demo trades. Doesn't even need to be live. Like the little amount of time, that's 12 to 14 extra days in an entire year that you get back just from wasting time for 30 to 45 minutes in a day. That, and this is the crazy part, 12 to 14 days extra in an entire year. That's most people who have a job, that's their vacation time. People wait an entire year to take 2 weeks off for vacation. And we're just throwing it away 30 minutes or more every day. Crazy. That's crazy. So everybody that tells me they don't have time, I literally just laugh. I'm like, yes, you do. You don't have the right priorities. You need to reprioritize yourself. Like every excuse people give me, I'm like, okay, if that's what you accept, cool. I know what this has done for me. I'm not even going to tell you guys like income claims, because I know like you guys are all in your own process. Y'all should see my crypto portfolio. It is insane. I've never seen so much money in my account before. And I'm only saying that because I want you guys to be here in 12 months from now. I want you to stay in the process. I want you to stay so focused on your personal growth, in your habits, developing your mindset, your perspective, because guys, life is all perspective. That's all it is. The way like we could all be looking at the same thing, and I could be looking at it maybe in a more abundant lens, and somebody else could be looking at it in a negative lens. Why? Perspective, our beliefs. We need to rewire and reprogram the way that we do things, the way that we see things, because we only do things that we believe in. So you need to get clear on your daily routine and your weekly schedule, 3 to 5 sessions a week. Honestly, guys, we can max out 5 to 7 sessions a week. 30 minutes to an hour a day. We know that we can do that. We are not that busy. And if you are and you're not happy, then we need to obviously change that. Okay. 5 to 7 sessions a week. I say 3 to 5 because I'm trying to be generous and I'm trying to make sure that people know that they can do this, because they absolutely can. And you need to know your critical tasks, your non-negotiables, things that you do without fail every single day. Why? Because successful people make decisions based on their commitments. Amateurs make decisions based on how they feel. What are those non-negotiables? Those things that you do, not based on how you feel, based on your commitments, based on where you're going. Okay. And write down your goals. I'm just kind of going through this right now, but write down your goals. Where are you going to be in 12 months from now? Go back to that quote that SJ said. If you don't have a vision for your life, if you don't know where you're going to be in 12 months from now, in 2 years, in 5 years, I can tell you right now, you're looking at it. You're going to be in the exact same place that you're at right now. Write down your goals with a goal date. I know it can be intimidating sometimes, but that's just showing you're getting outside your comfort zone. Okay. We got to do things differently to get things differently. So have a plan for your growth. We just talked about it. What's your trading plan? We all have a plan. We all have a daily routine, but are we following it? Are we committed? Are we making decisions based on our commitment? So, okay. The only other thing that I wanted to go over, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys, is yes, this quote. This last thing that I'm going to tell y'all. Bob Proctor said this, and he basically said, this is so powerful because this is what holds a lot of us back. He basically said most people make decisions. Remember, I was telling you guys, we look at our bank account and we see numbers, and most of us are like, oh my God, I'm broke, right? Remember that example? Bob Proctor said the problem with people is we make decisions based on what we see. We see, $100, $500 in our bank account, and we think, oh my gosh, like I am poor, I'm broke, and I don't have the money. No, you're not your results, remember? And he basically was going back to saying people make decisions based on their current circumstances. People make decisions based on their current situation. The problem with that is if you keep making decisions based on your current circumstances, you can almost guess what you are going to have tomorrow and a month from now and 6 months from now. You're going to keep repeating your current circumstances. So if you keep making the same mistake of over leveraging your account, not tuning in to go lives, not staying consistent, not having a plan for where you're going, not writing down your goals, all of these things, if you keep making decisions based on your current circumstances, you are going to keep repeating your current circumstances. And I was listening to in The Universe Has Your Back. Oh my gosh, this was so good. She said, this is my post for this week, so don't take it. I'm just kidding. She basically said, the world is your classroom and other people are your assignments. I'm not going to go into detail on that, but this was so powerful. She said, when you show up to the universal assignments, that's when you have the ability. She said something else, doesn't make sense, but basically, she's saying like when you show up to your universal assignments, basically in this case, you keep making the same mistakes. You keep reliving the same lesson. You're not learning from the lesson. So if you keep ignoring and putting off those universal assignments, which are the lessons that you need to overcome and learn, look at everything in your life as like, don't get frustrated when things happen. Look at it like, okay, I need to learn from this. I need to learn why this keeps happening. Because the longer that you put it off, the more that you keep over leveraging, the more that you keep not being consistent, like it's just going to show up in other areas of your life and it's going to get worse. It just is. And so she just goes on to say like you can't like keep putting it off because okay, this is what she said. The universe is always guiding you to heal your fear-based thoughts and images through divine universal assignments. It will be your choice whether you show up or whether you want to show up for these assignments. And if you don't, it's just going to keep coming back in a different form. You can't like if you keep over leveraging, if you keep doing these things, just know it's not going to go away. Like you're going to keep losing on your account. And it's not the academy's fault. It's you. The academy is this is just an educational based academy. It's just here to give you the education, the resources, and the tools so that you can go out and grow yourself and become the best person, the best version of you. The money is just a byproduct. Okay. We're so focused on chasing the money that we forget what this is really all about. That's why I feel so sorry for people that just get started that are just focused on money and they have such a closed and fixed mindset when I try to help them grow because I know that that's what they need is growth. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen. We're going to wrap this up because I know this call is going crazy, but I hope you guys are getting value. I just want to show this. And if you guys have questions, please type it in the chat. That way I can answer them. And I know somebody else may have the same questions as you, but you guys should all be super familiar with this site. Okay. IM Center, the IM Academy. And I just want to show you guys where you can navigate. We have the entire academy right here. So depending on which academy you're learning from, you would just come down here, pull this, FRX, HFX, DCX, and e-commerce, okay? I know DCX, there's a different site that you guys can go to. And maybe something else that you guys can take note on is there's a lot of tabs inside of the actual center. I bookmark my favorite tabs. Harmonic Scanner, Steady, Bounce Back, DeLorean. Like I have these bookmarked. Okay. And I have a tab for each academy. I mean, whichever academy you guys are using, you can do that. but I have all my bookmarks, for HFX. Oops. Hourglass. My what is it? My broker. Okay. FRX. Same thing here. DCX. Same thing here. And I know DCX, there's this site. Whoever brought you on would have definitely have sent you this site, but you can go right here and you can get access to the videos in their academy. Okay. So that's that. And then, so that's the academy. You guys know where the go live is. You know how to access the strategies. You would just click right here. And I'll just tell you really quick. If you have access to FRX, write this name down. If you have access to FRX, whether you're winning or you're losing, it does not matter. I listen to this guy every week. Alex is actually way better about this than me. She's literally listening to him every single day. But Mike Miles, you can watch him live. That's cool. But I usually watch his recordings because he's on at 10 and I'm not up at 10 my time. So Mike Miles, he was the first educator on the platform. Incredible. And what you're going to get from him is how to think like a professional, like a trader. And not only that, but like how to think so that you tell yourself positive, empowering stories about yourself. Like your self-talk, the narrative that you have for yourself is literally like who you become. So he goes in depth on that. Okay, and gives trading examples. And then Mike Navarrete. So super easy. 2 mics. Mike Miles, Mike Navarrete. And today at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, he has his Sunday session. Mike Navarrete is one of my favorite educators on the platform. If you've ever had a conversation with me, you've heard me tell you his name. And he has a series that he does pretty much every Sunday. So if you click on his sessions, I can't make his live sessions all the time. So what I'll do is I'll go back to his favorites and you'll see that he does Trading Beyond the Matrix, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's doing another one today. And so you guys can tune in live with him, or you can start from the beginning. It doesn't matter. But look at these: trading and investing compounding plan. Your plan. Okay. He's giving you the vision, trading beyond the charts, like fail forward faster. All of these, you are not your current results. Look at that. You guys can go in here, and this is just an entire library of videos that he breaks down. So if you guys are finding yourself like literally repeating the same mistakes, you're not where you want to be, you know that it's a you problem. You've got to work on you. Mike Navarrete, Mike Miles cannot go wrong. So if you have FRX, you can tap into them. Honestly, if you have DCX only or HFX, like Brandon Boyd for HFX is incredible. Brandon Boyd for HFX and Dr. Josh Lee. If you guys go in here, you'll find him. Great content. And then DCX, honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these guys. If you just tune in, don't be overwhelmed because Curtis Cobain goes pretty heavy on his sessions, but they're incredible. Nick Gomez, I love Nick. But honestly, like a great starter, go to Jason's sessions. If you have DCX, and this is going to give you guys a great like intro to DCX as well. Go to his favorite sessions and start going through his like series. Okay. Start with the first video and just rock through them. There's no reason that you need to like binge them. I mean, unless you want to, that's fine. But what I'm saying is like, there's no rush. Just remember that you are the only person that is rushing you. There's no need to rush. So let's go live. Lots of great stuff. And then obviously if you're doing ECX, there's incredible educators that you guys can tap into as well. And then I just showed you guys how to click on the strategies. You just come down here, click on the strategy, click this tab, and it'll open it. And honestly, what I would do is just bookmark it. The only last thing that I would tell you guys is if you do not have this guide, please message me or the person that you're rocking with after this call, and I will send it to you. This is like, think of this like if you're in university, if you're in college, this is like a syllabus. Okay. This is literally like everything that I've ever gotten, and I've gotten feedback from the leaders on the team. You guys, all of the tools and resources are in here. Okay. This is where you go for, to maybe you want to update your subscription, or you want to, move up to a lead, or maybe go down to DCX. Okay. Everything's in here, the support, all of it. This is your center. If you don't know the weekly team call schedule, it's right here. Okay. if you want to share videos with people, maybe you know somebody that like needs this information or wants a breakdown, these are my top videos that I would recommend. Tuesday trading recordings, everybody always asks about them. They're all right here. Power of compound growth, like literally Mikey Sotero goes through this, like one of the best videos to like really see like where your money can go. 6 things you must do with your money. A little older video, but David, he's actually a leader inside of the company. He literally shows you the 6 things that you should be doing with your money. I never knew that. Like just things that just like blew my mind. And if you are living in the United States, this is a great video. It's not like tax advice. It's just general information that you guys can take based on, you know, if you're building the business or if you're trading. He breaks down like what you can do and like those things. And then if anybody wants videos on what is DCX, HFX, ECX, I have those tabs, how-to videos. The only other thing I was going to show you guys is a checklist, because a lot of us, we're on, you know, our process is a little different. So if you want to know a fast start, a checklist of what to do, just come right here. Okay. Based on which academy you signed up for, you can click on these tabs and it's going to give you a breakdown. Okay. So I could go to DCX, open this up, and it's just going to give me a checklist, and you can make sure that you're on track and you have all the resources. Because a lot of you guys I know will message me, you know, MetaTrader 4, download MetaTrader 4, open demo account. Here's the videos for this, the swipe coin tabs. The other thing is how to open a live account. All of these are right here. How to fund, broker with Bitcoin, how to fund with VLOAD, like all of it's right here. So most of the questions that you guys may have, it might be in here. If you still can't find it, obviously reach out to me. Okay, last thing, I know it's a long call. I hope you guys got a ton of value. I'm gonna do a giveaway. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 people because I know we had a goal for 25 people to be on the call, and I was gonna do 3, but it's okay. We're gonna do 2. So Alex, do you remember what that site was called? Or Tony, do you know what that site was called? It was like Spinner Raffle or something. Let me see.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Arnold, I think you're right.
Spin the wheel or something.
Spin the wheel. Oh yeah, you're so right. Okay, I gotta put these names on. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, so yes. Can somebody read out the names on the team from the chat? Anybody?
Okay, we have Arnold,
Uh-huh.
Eric.
Yep.
Josh. Mason. Luis. Nadia. I think I'm gonna butcher your name. Is it Nehemiah?
Yes.
Paul. Rachel.
Uh-huh.
Sally. And Tony, but only one time.
All right, Tony, Alex, Paul. Oh, I got your name on here twice. That's a win twice. Yeah, some people left. That's no bueno. They missed out. Okay. All right, dope. Let's do this. So basically, guys, I never even mentioned this, but 2 people are gonna win, so we're gonna spin it twice. Okay. And whoever wins, I'll just remove your name. But essentially, guys, the MMX Academy that Bob Proctor does, which is literally where I got most of my information for this call, you guys are gonna get access to. I'm gonna send you. I think it's literally only $30, but I'm gonna send you Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatever you guys have, to get access to a month of his academy. He goes on every week. Guys, it's insane. I cannot, like, he literally says, you will not find anything cheaper that I have. And he's literally, like, it's a series. It's so dope. It's a series. So every week he goes on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And you can go back and watch the recordings as many times as you want. No, it doesn't. It doesn't come with the elite. All right, let's do this. I am going to spin it. And let's go. Oh, Mason. Let's go. Okay. Okay. All right. Mason is winner number 1. Bro, just send me a text if you want Cash App, Venmo. All right, I'm gonna take you off. Wait, did I take them off? I did. Okay. All right, let's do this again. All right, this time, same thing. Okay, let's go. Wow. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Paul is the winner. All right, that's exciting. All right, y'all, just something fun. Tell me if you guys want Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, whatever you guys got. Just send me a little text and I'll send it to you. Super excited for you guys. Super grateful you guys were able to hang in on this call. I know it was a Sunday, an hour long. You guys got to spend with me. But hopefully I brought you guys some value, and hopefully this is something you guys can apply, even if it's something small, just one little nugget, just one thing. That's all it is. You don't need to take everything. So love you guys. Appreciate you guys. There is a Sunday call tonight with Mikey at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tap into that. Look out for the link. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you very soon. Peace.